Hello, everybody. Welcome to Buddha's Enlightenment Day ceremony. The opening speech is going to be given by Providence Zen Center Abbot Lincoln Rhodes.
Recently, I have a nephew who's 12 years old, and he's a dinosaur expert. He's read and knows everything there is to know about dinosaurs. And, recently, I was visiting him and was looking at one of his books, and it's very interesting to see sort of the history of this planet. Dinosaurs were around for maybe 100 million years. And then they disappeared. And human beings have only been around for like this very short time on that scale of things. I mean, the Buddha lived 4,000 years ago, and that's about as far back as our history goes, and that's even pretty fuzzy. And human beings were around a while before that, but it's not very long. And in that time, there's been many, many human beings that have come and gone. And
if you get that primary point, then you will be same as Buddha, same as God, same as trees, sun, moon, stars, sky, everything. All primary points still know. Then river becomes river, mountain becomes mountain. Water is wet, snow is cold. Do you like that? As you come in from the Dharma room here, I noticed there's a little picture of Bodhisattva. And there's a poem under that also. And it says, Bodhidharma sat for 9 years in Sunim. Bodhidharma, full of spite, killed all Buddhas, killed all eminent teachers, killed all people. If you attain don't know, then you'll be same as Buddha, same as God, same as everything. But if you attain this don't know, Bodhidharma will kill you too. How do you think about that? Outside is snowing. Today is Buddha's Enlightenment Day. Thank you.
For the Chogyam International Zen Center, Abbot Regency.
Hello, everybody. It's good to be there. So the Buddha a long time ago, lived a long, long time ago. And he was the son of a royal family. And he got married, and he had children, and then he threw it all away. He walked out on his kingdom, walked out on his family, because he wanted to find the truth. He was the original hippie. And he studied for many, many, many years. And he went from teacher to teacher to teacher. And he really tried all the practices he did. He tried 100%. tried like severe asceticism, he could feel his back going through his stomach. He starved himself so much. And that didn't work either. He just realized he was very hungry. So he gave that up. And then when everything he tried didn't work, he couldn't figure it out. So he sat down under a tree and he vowed not to move. I will not move from this tree until I understand the truth. So he just sat there, day after day after day after day, not moving. And then one morning he saw the morning star in the sky, just like this. That star through the branches of that tree, through that spider web and that drop of dew, just at that moment, perfect, complete. And he understood. And that was a wonderful moment. He became the Buddha and he understood. And that was all the gods and goddesses came down and they were very happy because someone understood the truth. But there was another moment. After he understood, he said to himself, the truth is very subtle, it's very difficult. How do I explain? He had been through all these teachers who had tried to explain the truth, and he didn't understand. How can I explain it? He said, really, it's too difficult. Maybe I'll just go to the forest and the mountain and just, with my truth. And then he thought of some companions he had had, and he said, but I'll try. I'll try to explain. And he went to these 5 companions, and he delivered the first Dharma speech. And they understood a little of what he was saying. And he spent the next 40 years of his life trying to explain to people, trying to teach them, trying to bring them to the understanding that he had. And that moment when he said, I'm going to try to explain to other people, that's his Bodhisattva mind appearing. And because he tried to explain to other people, to teach other people, we're here today. So I want to thank the Buddha very much for trying. I hope all of us find our star.
The New Haven Zen Center added Jim Deung.
Guess this is Abbott's day. Supposedly the Buddha once said, truly I got nothing from my enlightenment. It's that mind that we're celebrating today. It's that mind that we all have that we're celebrating today. And we practice together like we're doing right now to manifest that mind, to completely believe in it. On the way up here on my truck radio, I was listening. This is the 80th anniversary of Walt Disney's birthday as well. So they were playing a lot of old Walt Disney films on the radio, the sound parts of it. They went through the story of Dumbo. I don't know if you remember the story of Dumbo, so let me tell it to you. It's the story of this baby elephant who was normal in every respect except that he had enormous ears. So everyone made fun of him. And one day he tripped on his ears and fell in some mud. And people thought that was very funny. So that was his circus act. He was in the circus. And they would make him climb up this tall ladder And then the circus clowns would come out, the fire engine clowns would run around, and then they would say, jump, jump. They would push him off, and he'd fall down into this vat of mud. That was the act. People thought it was very funny. And he got sick of it, and one day he ran away, and his little friend the mouse was looking for him everywhere, couldn't find him. Finally found him asleep in a tree. He said, "Hey, you, come down, you're on." And the elephant, wakes up and falls out of the tree, and he's falling, and all these crows are watching the whole thing, and they're laughing. It's very funny. The last minute, his flappy wings just take off, and he flies, and he lands. And the little mouse says, "You're great, we're going to make $1 million, we'll make you famous, you can fly." He said, "No, I can't fly. No, I can't do that. I can't. I'm an elephant." And the mouse believes him. The mouse, all these crows are standing around. Wiseac's remarks, and he plucks a feather from one of the crows and says, "Here, this is a magic feather. When you hold on to this, you can fly." So Dumbo buys it and picks him up, takes his magic feather, and he goes flapping around. What? You can do it. So that night, when it comes his turn again to go up to the ladder, he goes up there, and the little mouse is hidden in his hat. And the firemen come out, and there's a fire, and they're ringing the bell, and they're falling off each other, and the flames are coming up. So they say, "Jump, jump, Dumbo." And he jumps, and he's coming down, 2 tons of scared elephant coming down into this vat of mud. And he loses his feather. Flies off. He's saying, "I can't do it, I can't do it." And the mouse is screaming, "You can do it, you can do it. That wasn't a magic feather. You could have used anything, You could do it, And at the last minute, Dumbo puts out his wings and goes into this paraglide. And, the rest from there is history. Our true selves are just like that. We're constantly looking for that magic feather, that something that will, make us okay. That will make us complete. We've got to have that something. We'll find it somewhere. And all our practicing is trying to do is trying to let us let go of our magic feather, whatever that is. And when we do that, on that day, we'll fly. Thank you very much.
For the Cambridge Zen Center Director, Jerry Finnegan. It's really wonderful to be here. We had a very great Bodhisattva visit the Cambridge Zen Center last night and this morning. And it isn't a name that you usually see in the sutra books, but it's one that everyone has encountered at some time in their life. And it was a stomach bug Bodhisattva. And a lot of us were sick this morning and sick last night. And, when Buddha was a prince and he walked out of his castle, he was very unhappy and dissatisfied in his father's palace in the Shakya kingdom. He took this ride and he wanted to see what the outside world was like. And at each different day that he went out, he saw something different. And he saw a baby, he saw a sick person, he saw an old person, and then he saw a monk practicing. And each of those four things is now what we refer to as the Four Noble Truths. And when I woke up this morning, my first reaction was for most of the morning, like, God, I feel terrible, maybe I shouldn't go down there today. Maybe it's wiser to rest. And several of us were kind of, giving each other pep talks, like, oh, you can't miss the 3 ceremonies today, you have to go down there. And now that I'm here, the certainty of the necessity of coming here today is just so clear. It's just like looking through a window. And that's, every now and then in our practice we experience, like in the last newsletter, Diana Clark, after going to Poland with Sunim, she said, when we were in this tiny little 3-bedroom apartment that these 15 adults are going to be living in, I forget what city it was, to make a Zen center, everyone was chanting the same chants that we chant in these beautiful Dharma rooms in North America. And in Diana's article, she said, it just at that moment, when everybody was chanting the Heart Sutra in Polish, and the energy in the room was so electric, Diana said everything she had ever held or doubted about the practice and about Sansim's teaching just went up in smoke. And, we also often experience the mind that's always checking, gee, I don't feel so good. Should I come? Shouldn't I come? Do I have the right answer? Maybe that wasn't so good, and checking ourselves. And Sansim's teaching is very simple and very clear. And we're here today also because the Buddha tried, but we're also here today because Sansim tried, and because Bobby and George hop on planes and buses and cars every weekend to keep giving us energy. And Sansim's teaching is so clear. It's just only keep the still in mind and only go straight. And don't make anything, don't hold anything, don't want anything, don't attach anything. And, every now and then, last year during Kilche, Bobby read a poem by a famous Zen master in our lineage, one of Sansim's great-great-grand teachers. And he likened our minds to being like this little insect that has these 2 antennas. And he said, if you think that Buddha's mind is in that statue, or in Sansim's head, or in anybody else, it's like these antennae that are moving. And if our minds are moving, then already we're lost and we're in delusion. But if we can just really believe in our don't know minds and really practice sincerely, then, as everyone has said here today, then we'll realize that Buddha and us aren't different. Thanks.
For the Providence Zen Center, Dharma teacher Bill Highsmith.
Hello. Just a little earlier in the hall, I met someone and they go, "Oh, you brushed your hair." I go, no, I actually cut it. He goes, "Oh, your beard is trimmed white. You must be giving the talk today." The Buddha sat under the Bodhi tree when the star rose in the morning. Just a few days ago, my son was laying very still and he wasn't breathing and he was completely blue, and then he started coughing and all of a sudden he started moving around. And just today the TV set was on, and it was the first opportunity that I had to show Bub something. There was a TV commercial for light beer. And sure enough, I go, Bubs, look, there's the man that your name comes from. He looks at me and goes, huh? Today we're celebrating Buddha's enlightenment.
Now we have a Buddha's Enlightenment Day present from Sunim.
Today we are very lucky because we have little Dharma room, though also many guests coming here to get a ceremony. But other country, for example, Poland or Czechoslovakia or Russia, they want practice, they want the Buddha's ceremony, but cannot do that. Very difficult. So today we are very lucky. So, how much lucky? Check this globe. Oh, okay. Okay, let's read.
Cats, dogs, cows, all understand. Skies, mountains, rivers, all understand. Trees, flowers, rocks, all understand. They have no speech, only do it. Already showing the correct way, truth, and correct life.
Long time ago, Sudungpa is a famous scholar in China, the dynasty of China. He went to this very clever, very number one, also highest government. Too clever, somebody jealous, so the king will send it to this country. Then he very clever. Young time already all understand Taoism, Confucianism, all Buddhism, sutras. Then went to this temple. Then asked this monk, okay, do you understand Dharma Sutra? Yes, I understand Dharma. Dharma Sutra, page 23, what kind of speech? Monk don't understand that. Cannot, yeah, Dharma Sutra maybe, remember, but page 23, what kind of speech? Don't understand. You don't understand. Your rocks, your head is right. You ask me any page, any kind of page, ask him, all understand. Not only Dharma Sutra, Fine Sutra, Nirvana Sutra, any kind of Sutra, no hindrance. So I mind very strong. Any phrase go over there, I am better than all monk or all this, ZMSS.cah, this type thinking. Then one day he visited Deung temple. So he already I am. Not ask ZMSS.cah, open this Dharma hall door, then sitting this time. Then number one sitting. Then that time Seung ZMSS.cah understood his action. Oh, that's the Sudung power, they understand. So I bow to him. What's your name? Sudung person. My name is Ching. Ching means square. Okay, scale. How much pound square? They in China have no Ching name, have no family name Ching. Ching? What does mean your Ching? I scale all monks this mind. How much monks mind are having? Just that time, Stumpa. How many pounds is that? Then Stumpa stop. Don't understand. Any sutra never say that. Let's stop. You don't understand that. You don't understand. You only dependent on your understanding, your clever head. You must understand how much is palm. If you understand that, you must ask this tree and the rocks and this sky. Don't understand. Very angry. Very big this question inside. Then only right hold, come back. Very far away. Maybe it's 50 miles. Only nighttime coming. Then on the way, big water passing, big water, come down. Here is a water sound, got in light. So, the rocks, the tree, everything understand that human beings have I, my, me, so don't understand. Okay. Only silence, only do it, then you get enlightened. Okay, next.
Somebody loses cow for a long time, wants to find cow, but no direction. Only don't know. One day finds tracks, hits the ground. Yeah, there is cow. This cow very strongly charging around, tightly holding rope. Try. Finally, cow surrenders. Cow eats grass, only rest together. Then riding cow, return home. Playing flute, la la la. Willow is green, flower is red.
Just our practice, okay? Everybody lose their mind, but everybody said, I am. What am I? Don't know. What are you? Don't know. What am I? Don't know. No direction. Today, two master our Dharma teacher use soul, show our practice. Okay. If you understand that, then understand truth. Long time ago in Korea, the Hanggok Sunim and the Central Sunim, they show this soul, this Zen talk before I show talk. But that's some kind of soul. We are in Kongan, many kind this soul Kongan. Okay. Long time ago, this in China, Sahn Zen master. Seung Zen master, Yang Zen master. So he want to become famous, but it's very young, so cannot become famous. That time, number one old Zen master, Seung Zen master, very old, 80 years old. This young Zen master only 30 years old. I want to become great Zen master. So he think about, I hit the old Zen master, then I become famous. So he visits this Seung Zen master. Zen master, how are you? Oh, where are you coming from? I'm from Soul Master, Soul Mountain, Soul Mountain. Oh, you from Soul Mountain? Did you bring your soul? Then he point ground. What does it mean? If you Seung Zen master open mouth already dead. Not open mouth also dead. What can you do? Very important. So, just this point. Soul command. Today, to our master Dharma, soul this Dharma speed. Somebody laughing, yeah, it's okay, no problem. But your laughing is become is Mahakashyapa's laughing, then get enlightenment. Transmission. Only laughing, not possible. So that's somebody loses, everybody loses myself because make I. That means don't make anything. If you don't make anything, there is no I, no you, no Buddha, no God, nothing at all. There's no my opinion, my condition my situation. Don't make anything. If you don't make anything, already this some Dharma teacher talk about you and this river, you and this sky, you and this mountain, you and the cow, you and everything, you and the Buddha, God, and become one. Then no problem. What is Buddha? Dry channel step. That's all. No? So don't make anything. But if you make anything, make something, lose everything. Lose your mind. Where is my mind? Where is my truth? Don't understand. So someone already lose cow. My cow. Where's my cow? Where's my cow? Around. No direction. Then someday go to Zen center. Zen master. Only go straight, don't know. What is don't know? Then interview time. Head. Aha, understand. That's the direction. Don't know direction. Then finally, find cow. Oh, that's my cow. But this cow very strong. Put it around. This way. No. Many thinking coming, put it around your car. This cow put it around. But only holding this tight. Okay? Holding low. Then not let go. Then this cow surrender. Okay? Now move. Oh, that's not possible. I go away, not possible. Then stay there. Then that's your center. Your center stronger. That's it. Name is Dharma center. Stronger. Then you can control your feeling, your condition, your situation. Then there is no problem. Then riding cow, then fruits. Only the fruits there. La means only moment to keep a correct situation, correct function, correct relationship. That we say great love, great compassion, great Bodhisattva music. Okay. This music is only music. There's no I, no you. Only just love. Just compassion. Just Bodhisattva way. There's no you, no I, no Buddha, no God. Just love. That's just compassion. Just Bodhisattva way. Only music. Then everything is clear. Willow is green. Flower is red. Just outside the snow, fine. That's all. Next.
But already riding cow, yet want to find cow. That's very funny and very stupid. So Buddha is also stupid. Why did he sit for 6 years under a tree? Already, one by one, each thing is complete. One by one, each thing has it. It and dust interpenetrate. It has already appeared in all things.
Yeah, already complete. Don't make anything already complete. Already complete means you are Buddha, you are God, you are everything. That means no, one by one is complete. But everyone want to find my true self. That's stupid. Buddha sitting under the Bodhi tree 6 years. Number one stupid action. Already complete. What do you need? Okay. You can see, you can hear. Oh, just like the truth. Huh? It's like someone want my eyes. Can you see your eyes? Not possible. That's a stupid action. Want to see my truth? What am I? What am I? That's a stupid. You are you, okay, already complete. Why what am I necessary? Huh? So this Dharma is complete. Dharma is complete. Long time ago, I saw often talk about Socrates. He along on the Athens, okay. around. You must understand your true self. But one disciple asked him, do you understand your true self? I don't know, but I understand this don't know. That's the number one good speech. I don't know, but I understand this don't know. So this Dharma very important. If you keep don't know mind, yeah, see I already told you. If you keep don't know mind, already you are complete. So That means riding cow won't find this cow. Where's my cow? Where's my cow? That's not more stupid. You know? Somebody nighttime got dream. Somebody killed his neck. So this head go away. The neck. Where's my head? Where's my head? Give me my head. That's a stupid. That's a head. He pushed the head. Ah, that's your head. Oh, my head. Same as that. Yeah. So don't make anything. Then one by one each thing is complete. Means your mind is complete. The sun, the moon, the star, everything is complete. Your mind has it, means you have a substance. Then the sun, the moon, the stars, substance, same as your substance. It ends up interpenetrating the substance and the name and the form interpenetrate become one. For example, ice, water, steam. Name and the form are different, but H2O interpenetrate. So ice also H2O, water also H2O, steam also H2O. This world is the same as that. You know, sky is blue, tree is green, snow is white, carpet is blue. Everything is substance. What do you want? Already complete. Yeah? So, don't make stupid action, okay?
What was your enlightenment? What did you transmit? You are very funny, and this is a funny world. Stone cow laughing, moo, moo, moo. Golden Buddha shining through Enlightenment Day.
Today is Buddha's enlightenment day, but Buddha attained enlightenment. What kind of enlightenment? Heart Sutra said, no attainment is nothing to attain. So Buddha attained no enlightenment. Okay. So 60 years, this only lose energy. Return to primary point. No attainment. I want enlightenment. That's a stupid action. So he understood I am stupid. He attained I am stupid enlightenment. So that is what is enlightenment? How transmission? Mainly transmission to Mahakashapa. But in Korea they have 전부 선가구강 Becky translation. Zen student pocket of some book.
Handbook presents to.
Yeah. They said, the first line said, before ancient Buddha, before appear ancient Buddha, already one thing remains clear. That one thing remains clear. Shakyamuni also don't understand how transmission to Mahakashapa. That's the famous poem. Okay? But Buddha one day pick up flower. Nobody understands. Because they have eye like me, so they don't understand. Only Mahakashapa smile. Smile. So Buddha said, my true Dharma transmission to you. That's a famous story. But after in China, famous ZMSS.cah said, Buddha very stupid. Because everybody has Dharma. How transmission to Dharma? You know, everybody has a complete. How transmission to Dharma to Mahakashapa? That's right. That's right. Buddha big right. I transmission to this Mahakashapa. That's stupid action. It's like here is this sheep's showing sheep's head. Okay, the sheep this means very very salt, very good taste. Showing sheep's head and sell this dogged fish, dogged fresh. Okay, that's the Buddha's action. We sell this sheep's meal, but sell the dog. That means everybody has a
for yourselves, for ourselves. It's good practice for all of us. I want to explain a little bit about the mechanics of the asking questions. And Could you stand up and demonstrate? For those people who are not familiar with our interview style, will you watch carefully while Anne demonstrates it? Stand in front of this cushion here. A little back. Okay. Do a standing bow. Full prostration. And a standing bow. Then you go sit on the cushion, you ask your question, you have your exchange. At the end of the exchange, while you're still sitting down, put your hands in Hachang and say, thank you for your teaching. And then get up and do exactly what Anne did. Again, a standing bow, a full prostration, and a standing bow. And then return to your seat. Anyone is welcome to ask questions, and just whoever gets up will be the person who asks.
That's usual style.
Oh.
Or some have special question, not mine is okay.
Are there any questions about the procedure? Okay. We'll now take a 10-minute break, and then we'll come back for the second part of the ceremony. Sunim asked me to say something about what it is to be a Master Dharma teacher. And what he said, we've heard him say before, is that you need to finish the 10 gates that he's laid out for us. But what he also has said is that it's not just the 10 gates, that somebody who's becoming a Master Dharma teacher really has to have no hindrances, really in all of the Zen teaching. And there's somebody that has to believe in themselves 100%. And all these things I feel like are sort of anticlimactic to say. We've really seen the characteristics. What it means to become a Master Dharma teacher in our tradition is what it means to become a sensei in the Japanese Zen tradition. It means that you get Inka from your teacher. Inka in the Japanese tradition. It's called Inga in the Korean tradition. After you're a Master Dharma teacher, and if you practice diligently and work really hard, then after 3 years, Sunim says, it is possible to become a Zen master. And then you get transmission, and that is something very distinct from what's happening at this ceremony tonight. Tonight, Link and SeeHoy are getting Sunim's Inga. And we had this ceremony so that it isn't just Sunim's opinion about whether they become Master Dharma teachers or not, but just all of us have had a chance to let them show us their Dharma. And now Master Dharma teacher Barbara Rhodes is going to give an opening speech.
Sentient beings are numberless, I vow to save them all. The defilements and passions are inexhaustible, I vow to destroy them all. The teachings are manifold, I vow to learn them. The Buddha way is supreme, I vow to attain it. I did a 100-day retreat a few years ago, and every night before I went to bed, I said those 4 vows. That's how I happen to remember them tonight. And they really mean a lot to me. And this ceremony just reminds me of those vows. When I was in 5th grade, I really wanted to become a patrol woman. You know, have one of those patrol belts. And they were kind of this color, actually. Had a big badge. And I really wanted to do that, but like, I had just moved in the middle of the year, and they'd already had all the patrol people they needed, so I didn't get to be one. And I was really disappointed. So the next year, I moved to a new school, and I got to be a patrol person. And it was like I got to wear this belt, but all of a sudden I found that what it meant was that I had to keep walking these people across the street all the time. And sometimes it'd be raining, and sometimes I really wish I was home having milk and cookies, but I just had to keep walking these people back and forth across the street. And it was really not what I thought it would be like to do this thing, you know. So it's an analogy here. So it's very important for us to put down this mind that wants something. And if we can completely put down this I want something mind and really learn how to walk people across the street without checking anything. Just really want to do that no matter who it is that you're walking, what time it is, or who's watching you do it. If you can really get that mind, then any question is no problem, any situation is no problem, and there's no hindrance. So I hope that all of us can get that mind and keep getting it, which is another thing that I had to learn, is that you don't just get it. You know, day after day, moment after moment, what is this? So I hope that for all of us.
Now Sunim will present Lincoln SeeHoy with their CASAs and Zen sticks and certificates.
지도법사증, 애행 지도법사, 기한 본선은 지도법사의 자격이 있음을 증명함. 10년 12월 5일 대한불교 조계종 대미헌법원 원장 승산 행원.
The certificate reads that the Zen Center certifies that Link Rhodes is authorized as a Master Dharma teacher. The Zen Center has this authority as Hung Pokwan, head temple of the Chogi order of Korean Buddhism in America. December 5th, 1981, Zen Master Sung.
This Kasa is the Master Dharma teacher Kasa. So our Monkus Kasa, that is the seven rows. The Master Dharma teacher Kasa is 3 rows. So 지도법사 등 재관 지도법사, 기하는 본선언 지도법사의 자격이 있음을 증명한 수년 12월 5일 대한불교조계종 대미헌법원 원장 승산 행원.
Because if you also read that the Zen Center certifies that SeeHoy Liau is authorized as a master Dharma teacher, the Zen Center has this authority as Home Pope Wan, head temple of the Chogi order of Korean Buddhism in America. December 5th, 1981, Zen Master Seung.
Now, new Master Dharma teachers will bow 3 times to Sunim. Now the Sahn will bow to our 2 new Master Dharma teachers 1 time. Each of the new Master Dharma teachers will give a formal Dharma speech.
nothing can happen to you that isn't you. Not many other people understand this. Why? Outside it's dark, inside it's bright. I don't have very much to say except wanting to express a lot of appreciation for Sunim. I don't think many of us know what an amazing teacher he is. And to George and Bobby for many years of help. It really amazes me that I'm 37 years old and have spent 7 years practicing with Sunim and living, most of that time living at Zen centers, and had an incredible amount of teaching from lots of people and lots of you, and that it would take that long to be able to sit on a cushion and spend some of the time just sitting on the cushion. But human beings. And one thing that happened to me in my practicing that was very valuable. After George and Bobby became Master Dharma teachers, at the time that happened, it was a very fine thing for me, and I thought it was very wonderful. But after that happened, sort of slowly, things got to be very difficult for me. I would go to the other Zen centers, and everybody would say hello to Bobby and not, say hello to me or even know I was there. And I would go for interviews with her and Sunim, and they'd ask me questions I couldn't answer. I remember at that time reading something about the life of Joju, Zen master. And he had became a monk at his teacher's monastery when he was very young. He wasn't even 20 years old, I don't think. And he spent 40 years with his teacher. It's 40 years. It's a long time. And his teacher died, and he spent another 3 years at his teacher's temple, and then he decided to go out and travel and visit other Zen masters. And when he did that, he said something which was very interesting. He said, if I meet somebody who's even 7 years old who can teach me, then I will bow to him. And if I meet somebody who's even 100 years old, but I can teach them, then I'll do that. And maybe it was just, that came along at the right time or whatever to me, but that is all that our tri-mind is. And that's all that Sunim has been busting himself for a long time. maybe some of us will get that message. Somebody once also asked Joju, what is the real essence of Buddhism? And he said, what else do you dislike? said, you are whatever happens to you. So this sound, this stick, and your mind are one. But if you say they're one, you're attached to name and form. And if you say they're not one, you're attached to emptiness. So what can you say? Ho! Thank you all very much for a wonderful evening.
Holding up the Zen stick, do you see this? Hitting with the Zen stick, do you hear this? What do you want? This talk is finished.
Will everybody please stand, and together we'll chant the threefold refuge and Kwan Seung Bosai chanting.